mistakes that all new players have made in toilet tower defense. Let's go to number 1. Coming in at number 1, this is obviously the most easiest mistake we've all made, and that's misplacing units. For example, I know a bunch of people will play toilet tower defense and they just started playing and they think the best spot to put their unit is right here. If you're watching this video, that means you're probably a veteran toilet tower defense player, and you know why this is not a good place to put your unit. And in case you don't know, I'll explain to you why this is not how you want to place your unit. So obviously, this camera has this big 20 tile range, and it can hit anything inside of that radius. However, everything that hasn't came out of the conveyor belt yet, no, he cannot destroy. Even if he wanted to, even if he had x-ray vision, he can't touch those toilets. So essentially, you're wasting half of his range by placing it there. Whereas placing down a green laser cameraman right here effectively has it touch every part of a track inside of its radius. Bad placement can also be things such as placing a green laser cameraman right here as well. Obviously, the green laser cameraman being right here is going to take up most of this track, therefore it being allowed to do most DPS at a time. However, the green laser cameraman right here, he's going to have roughly -3 seconds to deal damage to any toilet that comes inside of his range. Let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, this one is going to be an obvious one. A lot of people will jump into toilet tower events and just be super excited to play the game, but the biggest mistake that they do is they don't have a farm unit. I was this guy. This was literally me. I would jump into a game and I would play like medium mode or something, and I couldn't even beat medium mode because I wasn't getting enough guapo. How are you supposed to beat a game if you're not even getting enough guapo, dude? But that's a big mistake people make. And a lot of the time, how are you supposed to know the Santa TV man's the best farm unit? I mean, when I first started, the best was the scientist, and he was super rare to get. With that being said, that's easily one of the biggest mistakes people make. And make sure you like and subscribe right now if you were someone that also started playing toilet tower defense without getting a farm unit first. We're trying to get to 50k, by the way. Coming at number 3, I've been guilty of doing this one more than you could even understand. The mistake the mistake that comes along with this one is when you start to go to play a map. And then you vote your difficulty, whatever. But then you go to place your first unit and completely forgot that you didn't equip any, or you just unequipped your entire inventory. Oh my gosh. I've done this way too many times to count. Comment down below if you're someone that's done this too. The next biggest mistake that players make in toilet tower defense is assuming that their units are strong enough to beat nightmare mode. Let's be honest. What's something you want to do as soon as you first jump into the game? Like when you first started playing? It was to beat nightmare mode so you could get as many coins as possible. So let's just assume we're a normal new boy. Oh, I gotta summon something really fast. Oh, I got a TV man. Great. So this is what a new player's inventory would look like. TV pants boy and speaker man boy. And then they vote for nightmare mode. If you're someone that's played this game for a while, you would know that you need strong units to beat harder waves. It's as simple as that. Some people basically convince themselves that,
my strategy's so good. I'm so strategic. I'll place my units as best as possible. I'll beat the map.
No, that's not how it works. You will not beat harder waves unless you get better units. It's a slight progression thing. That's just how it is. Let's move on. The next biggest mistake that new players make, which you guys might even make, is assuming that players in the trading plaza are gonna be nice. If you're new, nobody in this game wants to help you. They're just trying to scam other people. Let me show you. Help! Give me something for free. Check this out. Look, this could be a new player, and then you would say that you want something for free. They're just gonna leave. Boom. Told you, if you're new to this game, don't assume that people are going to help you. They only want to take. Don't make that mistake. The next mistake that new players make is buying units from the marketplace. And no, it's not always a bad idea to buy units from the marketplace, but spending 65 gems on a bunny crate, that's just not worth it. But spending like 140 units for a toxic upgraded cameraman? Wow, I'm sorry that just happened to me. That is totally worth it. But spending 99 gems on a Titan drill man, that's one of the worst values I've ever seen. Or 1.5k on a green laser? Yeah, right. Get out of town. There are some good purchases, such as like a large laser cameraman for 300. That's actually really good. Or the large turkey speaker man for 300. Whoa, someone just bought something for me. Oh, someone's buying all my New Year's crates. Nice. I actually am gonna buy that. Thank you very much. But I would just avoid buying units from the marketplace unless you do your research and understand the market, or you're just gonna end up getting scammed. Don't make that mistake. The next biggest mistake that new players make come at the post office. And this is gonna be when, and you guys might still do this, sending your rarest unit to a YouTuber asking to get it signed. Do not do this. That is a major mistake. And no, it's not because the YouTuber's gonna steal your units. They might just be like me, which I assume they are, or they just aren't actively looking at their post office every day. And you'll end up just getting a whole backlog of packages of people sending you super nice and rare stuff saying, please sign this. And if you're like me, I can't sign it. Or your unit just gets stuck in limbo la la land and nothing can happen about it. So just, or send a unit as a charity offering for someone to friend you. That, don't do this. Please don't make this mistake. We're not bad people, I swear. The next mistake that new players make comes at the summoning chamber. Let's be honest, everyone thinks this. Everyone's like, oh, I have a 0.02% chance to summon the upgraded Titan Cinema Man? Well, watch this. I'm gonna be the one to summon it because for some reason I think I'm better and more special than other people. Let's be honest, we've all been there. Or we'll even manipulate ourselves and be like, if I wait long enough, if there's a certain amount of upgraded Titan Cinema Man that gets spawned in every certain amount of time, if I wait long enough, then I will upgrade my chance of getting that unit. Or the Toilet Tower Defense gods are going to recognize how strong I am and give me the unit for free. And then summon and then get disappointed because a camera woman comes and gives them a kiss and then puts them in the oven like grandma and then turns them into a pumpkin pie. Oh, that only happened to me. I only was the one that made that mistake. Oh, the biggest mistake that I've ever seen players make is this one. And this is a big one. And that would be not subscribing to Hoplas 2 and watching every single one of my videos. And turning on post notifications. Some Toy Tower Defense fans would even call this a crime. Not being in the Hoplas YT and Friends Roblox group is actually criminal to the 13th degree. If you're not in it, it's not too late. Pop shirts are coming soon. Let's move on to the next mistake. The next biggest mistake that new players make when they first start playing Toy Tower Defense is going to come in the shape and the form of the AFK farm. If you're anyone like me, when I first started playing Toy Tower Defense, I was convinced that I could become super strong and get super rare units really fast by using the AFK farm. Well, I hate to break it to you, but even with VIP and Game Pass and Coin Boost, I am only getting 3 coins a minute. That is 180 coins an hour. I'm better off doing one nightmare mode than the amount that I would make by AFK farming for half a day. Yes, that is... And that's with me spending all those Robux on all those things. New players, save your time. I only recommend the AFK farmer if you were like really, really close to having like 100 coins and to do like one of your first summons. That's like the only time it ever makes sense. However, if that's not you, then don't waste your time in the AFK farmer. Just do easy and medium modes. You'll get so many more coins way faster. I promise. Let's move on to the next mistake. The next biggest mistake that new players make when they first play this game is they don't utilize the event updates as much as they should. Understandably so, new players, as soon as they join, get way too sucked in and roped into wanting to summon units because that's what they think is the best. However, that's not how Toy Tower Defense is set up. Toy Tower Defense is actually set up to reward the players that convent. Hello, what does that mean? It basically helps and it caters to players that actually do the events. For example, the Leprechaun Cameraman only costs 100 Lucky Charms, and you can get that in roughly 2 to 3 hours of grinding. And once you have them, you basically don't need any other unit. Well, I mean, like, you probably need a farm unit. But it's just ridiculously strong is my point. It's a super strong unit. It can solo Nightmare mode. It can beat you on Easter mode. It can take you far in Endless mode. You really wouldn't need any other unit. However, to get a strong enough unit over there to summon and or beat like Nightmare modes, it could take you hours, days, months, weeks. Why did I say months before weeks? Either way, it's that they just don't use these things right here. They need to do that. And or even over here as well, not taking advantage of the bunny crates or the event pass and getting themselves a super strong unit for free. This unit's literally better than the mech bunny in my opinion. I can't believe it. Also, just as a side note, this has nothing to do with making a mistake. Guys, I'm sorry. So I made a video about how you could transfer all of your eggs to get a bunch of gems for free and basically get whatever unit you want. Yeah, they basically massively nerfed it. This used to be like 200 eggs got you 100 gems. Yeah, they slashed it by a fourth. So my bad. But at least I brought it to your attention. Right? I lost track of the amount of mistakes that I have listed on this video. So this is either number 10 or bonus mistake for all of you new players that are actually trying to learn something. And the biggest mistake, or another big mistake that players make, is immediately try to beat endless mode. I highly recommend new players to avoid endless mode from the start. I wouldn't recommend playing endless mode until you at least have 1 or 2 mythic units, at least 1 strong farm unit, hopefully the Santa TV man, and at least a decent strategy and some type of slowing unit. Until you have all of those things, you really should not bother playing endless mode. You're better off just farming nightmare modes and getting your units and rarities up to then be able to actually effectively go far in endless mode. This is truthfully my opinion. I definitely believe that you guys should be doing this as well. Either way, without further ado, that is going to be every single mistake that I think new players make as soon as they start playing Toilet Tower Defense. And if you're a new player, this is how you can mitigate and avoid doing those things. And if you're someone that's been playing the game as well and was watched this video all the way through, I'm sure it's just fun to reminisce and be like, oh yeah, I did those things, or oh wow, I wish I knew that when I first started playing. I mean, I wish this video existed when I first started playing Toilet Tower Defense. It probably could have saved me a bunch of time. We all learn through trial and error, except this video exists now to help you become a better player. Either way, without further ado, that is going to be it from this hopeless skeleton. If you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribed. We got to 50K by the end of the month, so thank you guys so much for that. We're going to have a pizza party, but the goal now is to get to 60,000 subscribers by the end of April. And click on the video right now if you haven't checked that out as well, and I will see you guys again soon.
Bye.